So it says here, no? So these are, okay, some general considerations, okay, when preparing your methodology, okay? So your methodology should be one as detailed as possible because again, one purpose of being detailed is for your study to be replicated by others, okay? Replicability, okay, not in the sense that the entire work will be replicated, but if some researchers now find portions of your methodology to be worth repeating, so at least magagawa nila kasi talagang detailed, na? So again, when you present your methodology step by step, okay, it's like explaining how to, okay, how to bake a cake, okay, to a first-time baker. Okay, so anong una gagawin? Okay, pangalawang step, pangatlong step, and so on and so forth hanggang matapos si cake. So parang gano'n, no? So dapat talaga ay detailed siya. Okay? So again, because you are always keeping in mind that not all readers, no, of your paper are experts, okay, to the field because we have different expertise, no? Kasi you have so you have to be very detailed, no? And the variables are the variable should be explicitly explained. Okay, it's very important, no? That's why they are really very important to be explained in order to attain your objectives. Okay, it says here, standard procedures need not be discussed in detail, but a brief description of these may be discussed. However, the source must be acknowledged. And again, no, if you have to include the source. Okay, since it's standard, you have to include the source. Okay, so it says here, if you use a published procedure or method, okay, but was modified, okay, indicate in the text the modifications in sufficient detail. Okay, that's very clear, na? So if you're going to use a procedure or a protocol or a methodology that you have modified, no, adapted and modified from, okay, you have to include the details of the modification. Okay? Because you're the one who modified it. So ano ang mga ginawa mong modification? So kailangang ilalagay mo siya doon, no? Sample. Okay? It says here, a combination of strip transect sampling, time-constrained searches, okay, visual encounter survey, and acoustic encounter survey were used to determine species richness, abundance, and other ecological characteristics of different Anuran species. So it says here, adapted and modified from the following authors. Okay? So you don't have to include the details of each, okay, the details of each procedure, but you have to include the details of the modifications that you are going to do. Since you are adapting a particular methodology, protocol, okay, procedure, you have to state you have to have an in-text citation, and then you provide the details of the modifications that you're going to do. So halimbawa, no? So visual encounter surveys were conducted by walking through a transect for a prescribed time of 2 hours. Okay, visually searching for a neurons. Okay, so I have adapted this and modified this, okay, by combining the visual encounter survey and the time constraint and the transect sampling. So yun ang aking modification. Hindi lang ako naghanap ng visual encounter, dinagdagan ko siya ng time factor at saka ng transect factor. Okay, so those were the modifications. So it says here also, okay, the sequencing of methods must be arranged based on the manner of which each step leads to the next. So when you present your methods, it should also be logical, okay? Depending on the data that you're going to get first. So kung ano yung unang mong kukunin, yun ang una mong ilalagay na methodology. So sunod-sunod din. So so it says here, no need to cite the sources of well-known methods such as ANOVA, okay, Duncan's multiple range test or DMIT, t-test, chi-squared, etc., etc. Because they are common, they are well-known. Matagal na ginagamit yan. So you don't need to cite citations, no in-text citation. Okay? So it says here, cite the sources or references of procedures, okay, that were followed and adopted in the study. Like for example, no? Okay, to elucidate the relationship of the neuron assemblage in forest fragments with their respective habitat characteristics, okay, canonical correspondence analysis, okay, CCA, in-text citation, because CCA is not very common. Okay, not everybody's familiar with this. So say an ordination or multivariate analysis, okay, will be performed using past version 2.10. So again, you have to be detailed, including the software that you're going to use. Okay, and take note, no, when you're writing your manuscript, okay, before utilizing the acronym, you have to spell out first at first mention. Halimbawa ito, no, it's the first time that I've mentioned canonical correspondence analysis. So, buo yun, no? So, canonical correspondence analysis and then CCA. And then, subsequently, I can already use CCA because I have introduced that already. Sabi, no, you have to spell out, okay, the entire phrase or the entire meaning at first mention. Okay, then you can use the acronyms in subsequent parts of your manuscript. Okay? Halimbawa, katulad nung nakalagay na the only protected area in Cavite is Mount Palaypalay, Mataas na Gulod, Protected Landscape. Tapos nilagay ko, henceforth, Mount Palaypalay. So instead of using Mount Palaypalay, Mataas na Gulod, Protected Landscape, I only use Mount Palaypalay or Mount Palaypalay. So it's already understood. Or pwedeng MPP, MNG, PR. Ang haba pa rin nun. So I opted to use Mount Palaypalay na lang. Okay? So bagano na. At first mention, you have to spell out the entire meaning. And then enclose in parentheses, and then you can utilize the acronym in the subsequent parts of your manuscript. Okay? That's also true from the background. No? Basta first mention. Okay? Okay, so it says here, the materials are mentioned as the methods are discussed. So you don't list or you don't provide a separate listing of the materials. So they are not discussed. No? They are mentioned as the methods are discussed. Okay? So after executing your methods, no, in the preparation of your final manuscript, you should change from future tense to past tense already. Okay? Kasi nagawa nyo na yun tapos na. Ito, very important. You have to provide units of measurement. If it's weight, what? In milligrams, in kilograms ba? Okay? If it's height, in centimeters ba, in meters ba, and so on and so forth. Okay? So you have to provide units of measurements. So it says here, okay, trade names should be used sparingly. The symbol registered trademark to, no? The symbol registered trademark may be included when appropriate. Okay, the generic or common name should be used in the text with the full chemical name in parentheses at first mention. Okay? So halimbawa, it says here, no? So products and equipment should be identified by chemical or generic names or descriptions. Ito, very important, no? So when the product or equipment is essential to the outcome of the experiment, the proprietary or brand name and the name and addresses of manufacturer should be written in parentheses. For example, latex agglutination kit. Okay, and then you have here the details. Okay, it's very important, especially when you are going to submit your paper for publication, because editors, no, or journals, they are very particular about the equipment. Okay, the equipment used, okay, when you perform the experiment. Like for example, in chemistry, in physics, no, halimbawa pag ganitong parameter, kailangan ang gagamitin na brand ay ganito lang. Kung hindi ganong brand, hindi nila tatanggapin. So that's the importance, no? Especially here that says here when the product or equipment is essential to the outcome. Kasi halimbawa ngayon, may mga kits na sa lab. Diba? May mga pH meter na, may multi-parameter meters ba yun o equipment. Tapos ang ginagamit mo sa pag-identify ay mga litmus paper pa. Siyempre, traditional na yun eh, no? So, yun, that's the importance, no? Okay. Now, when you do your methods, also going to provide subheadings. Like for example, again in the study that I did, no? This is the title. So these were my subheadings. So you have the study area. I provided a detailed description of the study area, how I classify the different habitats, may agroforest, natural forest, riparian, mixed forest, and grassland. So detailed yon, including the number and position of transects. No? Per forest fragments, I had a for forest fragment, no, I had a computation of how many transects are needed and how are they positioned. Hindi pwedeng tabi-tabi. They should be at least 100 meters apart and so on and so forth. Okay? How I did the Anuran surveys, very detailed. How I did taxonomy and the preservation. How I characterize habitats and the habitat and the environmental variables. So for habitat, we have vegetation analysis. For the environmental adaptive variables, okay, depende, no? pH, soil temperature, humidity, etc., etc. And then, of course, a very important part is the data gathering and statistical analysis part. So, sample lang ulit. Anyway, I have here my subheadings and the details. No? So, study sites. Okay, so I provided there a detailed description of the different study sites, including a map. So, in your study, if you're going to provide a map, you can actually seek the help of people who do GIS and mapping para maganda na agad ang inyong mapa. And your map should be very clear. Like in my case, you have here the Philippines, you have here the inset, and then eto siya. And these were my study sites. Okay? Then another subheading on habitat classification. Okay, so I detailed here how I was able to identify the different habitats and their characteristics, no? Their dominant vegetation, etc., etc. Okay, okay, what type of forest, etc., etc. Yeah, natural forest, and of course, you have to provide pictures then. Okay, to supplement your manuscript. Okay. And then another number and position of transects, I even provided a table of the summary. Okay, you have here the number of transects. All in all, I had 84 transects. Okay, representing this percentage of the area, okay, of each fragment, no forest fragment. Okay, and I had here the details again of the Anuran surveys, no, how I surveyed the presence of Anurans in the different forest fragments. So again, detailed din yan. So I utilized microhabitat sampling, okay, and so on and so forth. For taxonomy, okay, how are they identified? So there were measurements, etc., etc. And then the different references that were utilized in the nomenclature, okay, in the preservation, and even submission about your specimens to the museum and to the natural history of De La Salle Las Marinas. No? Ito din, yung habitat characterization and measurement of the environmental variables. So, not a very important part of your methodology, your data analysis part. Okay, data analysis part. So again, what I suggest is you make a good capsule proposal, you make a good matrix, and then you translate the content of your matrix into your paragraphs. Okay? Kasi pag sinabi yung data analysis, what data are you supposed to get and how are you going to analyze them? Another study entitled Effects of Acalipha hispida ethanolic leaf extract on the blood glucose level of alloxan-induced diabetic albino rats. So these were the subheadings. Okay, the design. In our case, we don't mention the design already, or we don't detail the design already, but you can mention that no, in the first part of your methodology, or depending on your category or your subheadings. Okay, so sa undergrad kasi we are really how do you call that? We are really telling them to include the research design so that they know. Okay. Okay, so another subheading is the acquisition and acclimatization of albino rats. No, how did they acquire the albino rats? How many? Okay, ages this and that, and so on and so forth. How did they acclimatize? And then how did they collect and prepare the leaf extract? How many kilos of leaf, etc., etc. How did they induce type 1 diabetes? How did they administer treatments? How did they collect blood and determine the glucose level? And how did they gather data and subjected them to analysis? So ito yung kanilang mga subheadings. No? So kayo din may ganito. Okay? Okay, so more reminders on methods. Okay, samples, no? Okay, so we have a sampling method, especially for those with some persons to be interviewed, or if you're going to need the participation of human subjects, so kailangan niya ng ethics. Okay, Doc Jen, parang ganun ata yung sa inyo, no? So, sample, no? Sample sampling method. So it says here, the study adopted the purposive random sampling in the selection of samples. So you say purposive random sampling, although sampling was random, but when you say purposive, you are targeting a particular population. So meron ka ng target. Okay? Like ito, in this example. So it says here, the respondents in this study were composed of 1,108 adolescents, so yun ang target nila, no? Ages 13 to 19, males. Okay, from 5 private non-profit universities taking up BS secondary education in the areas of Metro Manila, Metro Davao, and Metro Cebu. So although sampling was random, but it's purposive. There is already a target community. Okay, there is already a target, not community, but a target population. Now, this is very important. No? So it says here, the following must be prepared in detail. Okay. So if your paper would utilize information from humans, if you have human subjects, so you have research ethics on humans and informed consent, okay, especially if you are dealing with vulnerable individuals, okay, vulnerable individuals include minor, those who are sick or patients, those who have HIVs, those who are pregnant, indigenous people, inmates, mga vulnerable individuals yan. No? Kailangan ng informed consent. But even if you are just doing a survey, interviewing, if you're going to interview them, kailangan pa rin ng informed consent. Mahigpit po tayo dyan ngayon. Okay? Now, if you have an animal ethics issue, okay, so meron pa rin tayo niyan. Again, you have to be very strict on this. Okay. So ito, sample ethics and informed consent. No? So it says here, all procedural methods concerning the collection, handling, and experimentation of cats were approved by the De La Salle University Research Review Panel prior to the conduct of the study with control number, okay, 1001. So ito na yung sa ethics eh. So contact was established with the local health and education authorities of Cavite Province to obtain permission to visit and to conduct the study. Regular meetings with those involved, teachers, parents, and children, were also organized to clarify the purpose of the study, the relevance of investigating parasitic infection. Ito yata yung parasites that can be gotten from cats, no? And the orientation as to how information on the results and possible intervention measures will be disseminated. So it says here, an informed consent form was prepared in both English and native languages, and the contents of such were explained to the teachers and the parents. Descending children, even with the consent of the parents, will not be forced to participate in the study. Okay? So pati yun nakalagay dyan para maliwanag. Okay? Okay, ito, sample data gathering analysis. Sample data gathering and analysis, no? Okay, so it says here, a validated questionnaire was used in assessing the values, integration, and learning. Okay, responses in terms of data to be gathered, okay, or data gathered. So, ang ginather nito ay ang responses, no? So, responses for each item were weighted using Likert 5-point scale, type of questionnaire, then you have the equivalent, no? A criteria that serve as the basis, ito naman how they analyzed, okay? So, ito yung data, what data, okay, was gathered. Ito naman, how the data was analyzed. Okay, so a criterion that served as the basis for the interpretation of the results was formulated and adapted from the concept of boundary of numerals as follows. Okay, blah, 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 and so on. Sample, ito, you can also see this. This is actually from my paper, okay? For example, if I had here my third objective to correlate species diversity and abundance of anurans in forest fragments with their respective habitat characteristics using ordination analysis and occupancy modeling, okay? So I said here to build detailed microhabitat associations of the species, the same presence-absence data as well as habitat covariates. Okay, so those are the data. Okay, okay, were used to generate occupancy and detection probability models. Ito yung gusto kong makuha. Okay, so and how, no, how I was able to analyze. So data was pulled into 84 transects with 10 survey points per transect. Okay, naive estimates of occupancy by species were calculated by dividing the number of So as you can see, it's very, very detailed. Okay, hanggang sa huli. Kung paano ko siya i-analyze. Sample statistical tool daw. So statistical analysis were carried out with the StatPlus. So pati yung software, okay, iron content of blood, bioavailability and utilization were expressed, no? So how are you going to analyze this, the map? Or how are you going to present this? So yun daw, so iron content, bioavailability and utilization were expressed as mean. So ito yung data. And then you have the statistical analysis of paired t-test was used to compare iron content between pre and post-iron supplementation. Okay, so mean difference of results, ito yung how to analyze, no? So mean different results of iron depletion repletion was compared and analyzed by one-way analysis of variance, and the significant difference between means were tested using the POSOC Tukey. Okay, the difference with p less than 0.05 was considered statistically significant. Okay, in my case, ito din, yung CCA. Okay, pakibasa na lang, napakahaba niyan. May Spearman's rank correlation, similarity measure, and so on and so forth. Okay? A very important part of your manuscript is the literature cited. Okay? Take note, we don't use references. Okay? Because references, they include your working references. Okay? When you say literature cited, so these are the references that you've already cited in your manuscript. Kaya nga you have your in-text citations. They were the studies, no, that have been cited in your manuscript. Kaya nakalagay na siya na literature cited, hindi na references. Okay? So take note. Okay, arrange them alphabetically. Okay, common sense lang, please. Kasi halimbawa, if you have 150 references and if you're not going to arrange them alphabetically, Diyos ko po, mahihilo ang paano nyo kahahanap nun, no? So they should be alphabetically arranged. You don't have to categorize them into books, journals, internet, blah, 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 and so on. Dire-diretso lang yun lahat. Okay? Alphabetical. Okay? So again, the in-text citations and the end references shall follow the Council of Science Editor. So I've already uploaded the copy of this in our school book.